Yeah.
Hello, here we are. Monk and
Liz.
Hi, we're back. You can see we've got some stacks of notebooks. This is a Techo Kaigi video, notebook planner meetup and review video. It may be the first in a little mini series we'll do with the rest of the staff at the store, depending
On who wants to show their actual systems.
Yeah, like
it requires some bravery.
I do agree. I used to be very much like, who are these people that are showing the interior of their planners? It's like, you will read my deepest, darkest thoughts if I do that. No, but times are different now. And we're all feeling more comfortable. And let's, I guess, go into what we're using for 2024, or what we've been using for 2024, and
let's talk about what a Techo Kaigi is all about. What does that word mean, Techo and Kaigi? I'm starting to hear more and more often, especially with Hobonichi, with Jibun Techo. Monk speaks a lot of Japanese and has managed to explain this to me really well. So take it away.
Okay. Techo Kaigi consists of 4 characters. I'm not a current Japanese speaker. My stuff is rusty. I couldn't tell you the radicals in the kanji or anything like that, but Techo is like, the 2 kanji for that word are hand and bound volume. So it's like a bound volume in your hand, Techo. And that gets translated to planner, notebook, those types of things. And then Kaigi is like meetup. I wish I remembered the Kaigi part, but it's sort of like, there's the Japanese word kaisha, which is used for organization, and that kai is the same like grouping type of vibe, getting together type of vibe. Kind of like an assembly, but don't quote me on that. And I know that the established like planner and stationery communities are familiar with this, and there may be some conventions that are followed that are pre-established, but I'm not sure if we're gonna like hit that so much. We're kind of going more in like what we're actually using all year and have used, and not just planners. So you may see some journals, you may see some like random other stuff.
So going into 2025, I feel like this is a good opportunity for us to do a show and tell, talk about what works for us, what's worked for us in the past, and maybe give you guys some new ideas. So you may have already watched my Travelers video where I already have gone through some of what the Travelers Company collection is all about, how I like to have my book set up. If you haven't watched it yet, it's an informative video where I even will take my entire book apart and show you how to reassemble it with 4 inserts. But what I am really most proud of is that I figured out a way to use my planner or to convert my Travelers into an useful planner consisting of a monthly book, a weekly planner, weekly left they call it, which means it's going to have the days of the week running down the left-hand side, and then it has free space coming down the right-hand side. I also like to use 2 extra inserts in the back for what I call my big brain ideas and for my junk notes. It's nice to have everything all in one space. I really felt like my biggest obstacle was carrying too many books and always feeling like I never had the right book with me. So the Travelers wound up being a great solution to that, since I can have, 4 easy subjects in here, and they all are lightweight, low impact. I'm not weighing down my shoulder carrying, 5 or 6 different notebooks. With that being said though, I do have another book which I love, which is this B5 Stology. I bought it just because I love the size, and I really I love a good grid page, first of all. And so I do kind of traditional list making and whatever. I had a period where I was trying to use my Stology as a planner, which it went well for a little while, but I kept having to break up the continuity, which was a little distracting. But ultimately, lately, I have really been liking this book. I spin it on its side.
I love when, you doing that always blows my mind.
And I'm really liking it lengthwise, and it's like, I can just have this huge workspace. And so that's what I have been kind of working at right now is my daily to-do, carry it back and forth to workbook, and then this is the book I use when I'm at home. And I'm trying to think out bigger thoughts or draw diagrams or draw charts. And so that's where I'm at right now. But for the sake of show and tell, I wanted to bring in my longtime favorite. You can see how many of these I have been using over the years. I think I may even have had more, and I just am not, I might have filed them away in my paperwork. We're probably the only retailer in the US that's carrying these Mark's Notebook calendars. I discovered these years ago and realized it was the one thing that I could use. What it is a simple, just a nice heavyweight page that has my month on the bottom. It has blank space on the top. Let me show you one of my early ones because I feel like I really...
Oh yeah, I remember you used to make
show
notes and everything.
Yeah, I had little diagrams that I could do my bills in here. I would keep a lot of notes here at the top, but you know, blocking out deadlines, vacation times, keeping track of all my to-dos for work. And I think the reason why I kind of gravitated towards this style originally is because this is what my mom always had next to her landline phone. She always had a monthly calendar that kept our doctor's appointments, our, you know, all of our different comings and goings. It had phone numbers of note. It had deadlines, due dates, everything. And it just made sense to have an at a glance that I'm not having to switch between pages. Too many times I have been surprised on a Monday morning when I flip over my page and I have like a 9 a.m. at Monday morning that I totally forgot about because it wasn't just clearly, obviously in my face.
That's real.
Yeah, and so, yeah. Again, I'm like, I liked building these every year and doing a lot of order lists. Matter of fact, I should get back into this. Yes.
They're so thin is the other thing, is like...
They are. They're lightweight. I think I also did like, at the time, I do find myself carrying around a lot of papers and things folded up. And so I think I was liking that this also could serve as a makeshift folder without having to carry additional folders. Anyway, and so this is part of the reason why I felt so strongly about selling these and why we still sell them to this day in a couple different sizes. I just think that they're so useful. They're so useful for so many different functions. I even am thinking I might go downstairs and purchase a small one. I'd like to start a food log where not just writing down what I'm eating, but also having a landing spot for the recipes that I want to make. I could put them in my phone, but then I don't go back and I don't look at it. And I just am a tactile person, and I'm sure many of you that are watching this are the same way. And so I think I might try a small size for that.
Which small size?
Well,
we got a really small A7 size this year.
I have to see if I can write in that small size. It's cute though, and now they have cute colors and cute. Now it's not just a silver spiral, it's a, you can get it in like red or yellow. Anyway,
see,
so
yeah,
there's a lot of different options.
They're really cute this year.
I think that this is a good way, you know, I recommend this to a lot of people who are like just getting into planning and they don't need something that's so detailed or like so journal oriented. These monthly planners are where it's at.
So I have my traveler's notebook. Also, I just want to say Liz's video on her traveler's notebook is like really good. I work here and know Liz and see her book, but I still really enjoyed watching that video. So go check that out. So yeah, I have my traveler's notebook. I am kind of using it as an errand wallet / I have a calendar, I have a notebook, I have a bunch of zipper pockets, and I have my referral to get an eye exam stuck in here. I have my work planner, which is just a monthly A5 notebook from Delphonics, a roll-on, which we covered in our Delphonics planner video, that format. Then I've got my A5 plotter, which I use as more of like a big, slow project thing, like life, work, and creative. And I've talked about my plotter in our plotter overview video, so we got that to check out. This we don't sell. This is a Korean art box notebook. I've been using it as a place to really dump poetry and open thoughts, and like it's just like very something. This is also getting a lot of use this year. I'm officially like learning and studying and applying astrology, think what you will, and I use it to take notes. I also am using a campus notebook, which is a flat lay notebook, to take more notes. And then this is not anything we sell either, but I even have an astrology planner that's all in there. And gee, this is like my whole life in the year, I would say. And it's pretty notebook heavy. I just really need a lot of space to dump thoughts and organize thoughts. And I don't make so many lists that I write down in a book. I write them more on scratch paper. But yeah, shall we get into like the interiors of these? I think so.
Sure.
Okay. Wow. Oh, a commenter on your video asked which traveler's notebook this was, and I said it was the Pan Am one, but I wasn't certain.
It is.
Ooh.
It is the Pan Am, but I do believe that the blue color is very identical to the blue that's in the core collection right now.
Interesting. Yeah. And mine is an olive cover that I bought initially, and then you can see the olive on the inside. And I thought it was just not green enough and too brown, and so I dyed it with leather dye black. I like finally went and customized my travelers. Like I bought the rebinding kit that you can redo the elastic, and then I used some elastic bands that I have. I don't want to break down my whole travelers now, but like instead of using just one elastic, I was able to build in 2 elastics and customize the little string on the end and customize the elastic with some other craft store elastic and make it a little more cyber, internet cyber, that's my aesthetic or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, I have a zipper, I have a clear zipper pouch. I kind of keep stickers in it only. It's really just for display. And then I have a second zipper pouch, which is the waxed cotton one. That has more sensitive things. So I use this as a wallet and like some things in there. Soda patch from my friend Tamara Santibanez on there. This has like stickers and not gift cards, my own business card. And like I carry around a protractor for my astrology studies. I had this craft refill Traveler's Factory notebook, which I wound up turning into making my own like planner basically. And I attempted some scrapbooking of my adventures this year, but you know, it's a little half-assed maybe, but I'm trying, I'm doing things. And then I keep a lined notebook that nobody can read. I really want like a traveler's that I have like literally one book and one thing in for it to be this like thin thing, but we'll see what really happens. Then we've got my work planner. We went into this in the planner video about Delphonics and monthly planners, and it is still working really good for me. I use the month in the front for important dates, and like planning and things like that. Oh, September was really empty. And then I use the rest as like a huge scratch pad, and then stick, you know, random things that I am kind of like looking at or thinking of in the folder pockets. This one I'm not sure if I want to do next year because we have so many good planners in right now, but I kind of think that I'm going to get another one for work. We'll see.
And those are so good, I think, for school as well, to use for single subjects.
Ooh.
I even have recommended to people get more than one, because you can do the entire, you know, you can just your homework for that one subject could be in the front.
Ooh.
And then you have just your notes for that same. It would be great for a thesis, or if you're doing a capstone project at school, to just have it be focused, and then even still have a second planner for other topics.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, because one of the things I think about sometimes is like, there's so many areas of life that need planning and taking care of your schedule, and is one planner really gonna do it? Like, do you really want your academic with your life stuff, or I don't know. Existential questions, rhetorical asks, answer us in the comments what you think. Yeah, here's my A5 plotter. We don't sell this version, we sell the Pueblo leather. But yeah, the plotter has been sort of a similar thing to my Travelers, where I have stuff. Well, no, I'm lying. I don't take this around. I kind of leave this at home and sometimes bring it with me when I know I'm gonna be out thinking about the topics that I contain in here. But I'm also reconsidering, like, why am I carrying around these sticky notes? I'm not using them. It's just cute and nice to have. Also, just more stickers. This I was supposed to use as a life, like my personal planner, but I don't really have much that I care to write down. So the irony is that it's not that used, but I think for next year I'm gonna just continue doing this. I just like to have a monthly reference. And then Plotter is full of all this like customizable inserts, so I have I'm not gonna show too much, but I have a few different types of paper with me, depending on like how my thoughts need to be organized. Plotter makes these project planner things to contain your individual stuff. So this is working for me. I don't regret buying a plotter. I don't use it every single day, but I think the appeal of it is that, like, the other day I was like, here's some things where I'm like, I have a back room, it needs a lot of work, and I've had like in May and a little later in May, I'm like trying to figure out what to do with it. And then yesterday I had a chance to return to it. So it's kind of like stuff that's sitting and waiting for me that are these long-term projects. It works out really well for me, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't have much to say about this. It's great. I think this is my most throwaway notebook, and it lets me write very loose and free, anything without thinking that it has to be a specific purpose. This is the Kokuyo campus binder, and this is like Maruman's colored paper, which I think is like I just really like the colored paper and how different pens contrast on it, and it looks pretty, like to use the whole thing for an entire like semester of learning. My Astro planner, I used to try and be recording thoughts and feelings and all this, and it turned into too many planners. And this year, I guess my thing for this year is like, how many planners does one person need? So that's my quandary for this year. What about you, Liz? Like,
honestly, I like all that you have shown us, and even the fact that you do have so many different systems going, because I feel like that is so many people trying to figure out, like, just trying to articulate all of the different realms of their life that they want to try to organize or to try to record on paper. And yeah, and even in myself, like, it took a really long time just to get to this little book. And when I show these stack of books, like, it's because I had years and years of junk books, like, and I say junk, I really started making myself throw them out.
Wow.
Like, I do not need to keep them. They truly were junk. There's some honesty, and like, sometimes you don't know what you're gonna do until you're in it, and then you realize that your system isn't quite right for your needs. It takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, a lot of note-taking until you can settle on a system that works for you.
Well, I like this always fresh thing.
I know, I look at that a lot. And I think you guys, I mentioned this earlier, at the end of last year, we did a sticker swap with the staff, and these were all the different stickers I pulled and that were given to me by the staff. Yeah, so now that I'm hitting to the end of the pages here, when I start my next grid book, I might take a few days and just kind of summarize all the stuff that I want to take with me, so that I have those notes, but then I can still use the book, and then I can dispose of this book and not worry that I'm forgetting things or not taking notes with me.
Dispose of it? Like, throw it out?
I do. I recycle them.
I applaud you to that, because I have kept all of my old work planners, and it's literally, I don't know why.
I mean, I kept these because I thought that these were kind of cool, and they are compact, and I liked that it was evidence of my work.
Do you have, okay, so like, what are you gonna use in 2025?
Well, okay, so I am satisfied with the way that my Traveler system has been working, and I really like using the open dated planner, the weekly left. I like that I have some free pages in the back to make some bigger notes. I do anticipate that I will stay on that system, even though, yeah, we really do have some cute planners. It's a good question. I think though, you know, after all my years, I do like this weekly left system. It gives me enough room to put my appointments down, and then all my to-do lists, instead of carrying a separate book, I'm just putting them into this blank side of the page, which if you look closely, it does still, you know, the days continue over.
They
so
do.
I can still kind of make to-dos based on the day. And what I used to do alongside one of these would be to, every day I would make another, like a fresh to-do, and I would rewrite it. And I've heard that this is similar to like a bullet journaling strategy, where you bring over the things from your previous day that you had not done, and you rewrite those. And I'm like, okay, or I could just make one big list and keep working off of that same list throughout the whole week. And then I'll come over, if after a whole week I haven't done it, then I'll bring it over. And that is, again, it like reduces the noise, yes.
What pen are you using to write in this fine small print? Okay,
so good question. I do have a Mitsubishi 3-color pen that I absolutely adore.
It's not one of these, no.
It's not that one. Oh yeah, it is. And I use mine in yellow. No, then that's not what it is, the comb. No, mine is a Mitsubishi. We do sell it downstairs. It comes in like a neon yellow and olive and maybe a gray.
Yeah, okay.
I adore that pen. I think it is just dandy, and it's not terribly expensive. But when I'm not using that pen, and I even will try to, sometimes I'll color code stuff, like personal things I'll put in red, or not always. Schedule updates I used to make in, I'm not strict. When I'm not using that pen, I use any old pencil that I can find laying around.
If they made Excel like spreadsheet notebooks, do you think you would use it? Or is there something about the spreadsheet being digital that's like very important?
The first thing, I guess, with it being digital is that then it is easier to manipulate the orders of things. And sort, I can custom sort by supplier name or revenue amount or whatever. But I can also share it, presumably, with people within the team. I think what I'm trying to achieve when I kind of orient my book this way, and it does feel like an Excel sheet, that I've got my column this way, just the computer screen itself is horizontal like so. And so I think that's why I liked the B5 size, is because I can treat it like a spreadsheet of sorts. And I even made myself like a contents in the back. Again, take the information from this book and start my next book with that sort of summary of notes, and then go from there.
Sweet.
And I think that is like the same as what I would do here every year, where I would, I just love a spreadsheet. It's fun to look back and see vendors that we've worked with for years and years.
True, this is 26. This is about to be 10 years. I mean, it's not 10 years, but just shy of 10 years.
16, 15.
Wild.
Let's see what we were doing 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
10 years ago, we were still selling Bagu. We were still selling Marks. We were still selling Ursa Major.
Oh yeah, skincare.
Yeah.
Wow, 10 years? That's...
Take Naka. These are good brands.
You heard it first.
Nippon Kodo. Okay. Ta-da.
Yeah, I think it's funny how both of our stacks are kind of the same. Although, to be honest, like yours is really just like this many things, and I am this many things. Although I'm not walking around every day with these. So this is my Techo Kaigi. This is our Techo Kaigi at Omoi. Stay tuned for additional Techo Kaigi content. Let us know what you're thinking about for the year. Like, let us know what you want to see from us as well. Because we're a new channel and we want to get connected with people and get out there. So follow us along. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate you watching to this point, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.